Welcome everyone to Cinema Spotlight. Diving into Guillermo del Toro's career, we will be talking about Crimson Peak. Crimson Peak is set in Victorian-era England, where a young author, Edith, is swooned by a charming young baronet, Thomas, in New York. Together, they become romantically involved and move together in England with Thomas's sister, Lucille. Together, they live in an old mansion that has a horror itself ready to unfold. Let's get into the nitty-gritty here and talk about how there are ghosts in this story but not prominent. Should that be a problem? No. Not for me, at least. Because after watching the films Guillermo has made for the first time and traveling back to the ones that I've seen before, he has been the man who uses ghosts as a metaphor to the story. And he has always used them wisely and never made them gimmicky. This film, Crimson Peak, isn't gimmicky, but it does have some issues that can be pinpointed down to its writing. Throughout this film, I couldn't help but feel like something was off about this film while watching it. It's more American-British version of the movies Guillermo has made in the past, where are more based in the history of the Spanish War. Here, the film is set in the time period and nowhere near any kind of war, and if there was, it was never referenced. That's not a problem so much as that it's really had a hard time investing into the characters. To say that I dislike this film would be giving it a disservice. I know that there are some people out there that probably rather enjoyed this film or really loved it. I liked it fine, but there were so many elements missing from the style Del Toro would normally use from his previous films of the same type. Here, there are just too many mysteries between characters, as were in The Devil's Backbone and Pan's Labyrinth. You kind of understood everyone's position. It was just a matter of what they would do and how they would do it. Crimson Peak provides too many mysteries and makes you wait a good long while before any of them became a prominent element to explore. On top of that, you know from the beginning that ghosts are real, as Edith will tell you in the first few minutes. What the problem here is that you will wait a long period of time before any ghosts since the beginning will come about. Even worse, while you have a gorgeous picture and beautiful people in front of you, the mysteries between them all become overwhelming as you wait. Basically, what I'm trying to say here is that if I'm saying anything, this movie's just a bit boring. And I don't like going around saying that this movie's boring or that movie's boring. The characters are just not that interesting. The story is good and it is more investing, but the balancing and the care needed to make it investing, it's just not there. Gorgeous for sure, as the aesthetic is captivating, but that's all that there is. Whatever the true intentions were, I never really saw it, and this is really, and I hate to say it, not Del Toro's strongest work. And that is not against anything of the gothic horror that he's done now or before. This just wasn't my story. Now, to say that there were people out there that I have not met that could say that this was their cup of tea, I'd love to know what you think in the comments. Needless to say, though, I like this film fine, and alas, I liked Crimson Peak, but probably wouldn't own on any platform. Just didn't mesh well with all its elements. It just felt weird and off. Alright, thank you all so much for watching. If you've seen Crimson Peak, let me know down in the comments. Be kind, be reasonable, and let's talk. Like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell so you don't miss another video. With all that said, I hope you all have a fantastic and wonderful day. Until next time.